how to start a rental car company using Turo. That's Turo, Turo.com. Boy, do I have a secret to share with you. Did you know that I make more money on some of my rental cars than I do on some of my rental properties? Yeah, it's true. I make more money on some of my cars than I do some of my houses. And in fact, I even have a student, KJ Steer, who is going to share with you how he started his own rental car company using Turo and how he makes hundreds of thousands of dollars in the process. And more importantly though, how you can do it too. Let's go.
Noelle. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
This is so exciting. So let's first start off. KJ, tell us, what is Turo?
That's a great question. So Turo, T-U-R-O, is a car platform where you can list your car similar to Airbnb. As I said, you list your car for whatever price you like, and people get to rent your cars, drive your nice cars, as you can see behind us, all these beautiful cars, where really you rent them, they come pick it up, you can deliver it. You have so many options to make your car payment and then some. It's one of the easiest businesses to get into, even cheaper to get into than Airbnb, as it comes with all of these restrictions. Nope, you can even start with your personal car. If it's just a car that you have, or you have an extra car, go ahead and list it and start making money with that car.
So tell us, KJ, how did you get started with this rental car business using Turo?
That's great. So Noelle, I really had 2 Airbnbs. I got them early when we first started coaching to really start to generate income. And as I really do love cars, I've been a car person since I was really young. It's just been a great way to find cars that people want to drive, especially being in the Orlando area. People come for, the theme parks and all that things. So I actually started with an SUV, get the bigger cars. I didn't have to put too much down, especially as you learn to build business credit. You can even buy them with business credit, swipe of a credit card. And it was just such an easy way to get these cars out there to the public so I can start making money, especially you can pair them with your Airbnbs.
Okay, so this is what I feel like I'm hearing. You started with the Airbnbs. Let's just even talk about that. Before we even got into the cars, you were doing Airbnb. So tell us about that and then how that then shifted to renting cars.
So as I started in Virginia, I was unemployed. It was terrible, where my unemployment checks going to daycare just to put my son somewhere, as my wife was working 14-hour shifts.
Oh, man.
And so I took a leap of faith. That's where I moved to Orlando. I got with you to really change who I was. I was tired of being in corporate America, where at first I thought this was the most money I was ever making, to realize they don't really care about you as they make it seem. And so when I got here, I really took a leap of faith, believed in myself that I could become, similar to you, make the money that I wanted to. And so I got the first 2 Airbnbs. I got 2 little apartment units where I was able to rent them, start seeing that I can make money doing this. And then I was like, what if I could do another passion of mine, get cars that people would want to drive, and then start creating packages for people to just come down and really get to enjoy having a luxurious apartment or, Airbnb with a nice car to drive.
With a nice car. I mean, that is brilliant. And this is why I absolutely feel like I just love younger people. That you're younger than me, and you guys have these brilliant ideas with all of the technology and these websites that are out there. So let's go to the next thing. How did you find out about Turo and get this whole business started?
So Turo actually came about when I was just scrolling on Instagram. Crazy enough. I know, just scrolling on Instagram.
Young people, Instagram.
And so I was just scrolling on Instagram and it just popped up. And I was like, what is this? And so I started looking into it more, and I was like, oh my God, someone created another platform that you can use your personal properties and your assets to make more money. And so I really looked at it and what type of cars were being listed. And so I saw everything from a Toyota Camry to, Lambos and all the nicer cars. And I was like, wow. I just couldn't believe it. And so I really, took another leap of faith. I used my business as I was building business credit and starting to have those trade lines to, let's go get a car. Without really having to, not crazy many mileages. And then even crazy enough, in Hertz, if during Hertz, that time Hertz was going out of business, I was like, wait a minute. I could go get I can get a car under value and make money off of it,
Wow.
it was too perfect. It was just an opportunity that just presented itself that I somehow manifested because I wanted cars. I really did. And so I took advantage of another business going under to go get cars. And that's
crazy.
And that's one of the things that you learn as an entrepreneur. Pay attention to the news, pay attention to what other companies are doing, because you can do it too. These companies become advantages for you.
Okay, so say that part again, because I don't think people are getting what opportunity you're talking about. What happened with Hertz and how was that an opportunity for you?
Sure. And so with the pandemic, you know, people weren't going anywhere. It was just crazy. Everyone's stuck in the house. And so these car rental companies started to see the negative effects of having all of these cars, these giant fleets with nobody renting them. And so unfortunately, Hertz debts started to rack up, and then they had to start selling off their inventory. And so they put it out to the public, hey, we're gonna go through a fork, you know, they're gonna go bankrupt. They're gonna file a Chapter 11. And so they started listing all of their cars under market value. And so all of these cars were available 10, 12,000 cheaper than what you would have went and bought it at a dealership.
Wow, that's crazy. Whoa, KJ just made a great point there, and I'm gonna tell you a super secret step on how you can make even more money with Turo and with your rental car company. So one of the first things that you can do, of course, is finance some cars like KJ did. But the second thing that you want to do is start getting some cash cars, meaning cars that you can buy for cash for like $2,000 or $3,000. You can make a ton of money on those type of cheap cars, and you can use them on other sites besides just Turo, sites like carhire.com. These type of cars will make you a ton of money. You don't have a payment on them, and people can do unlimited mileage on them, so you can have an array of different types of cars in your rental car portfolio that you're making money off of. I absolutely love cash cars. Now back to this episode. Okay, so this is the fun part. We are going to tell you how to do this. KJ, answer this question. KJ, how did you get started with your rental car company using Turo? Step one.
That's a great question, Noelle. So first thing I did was I had my 2 Airbnbs cash flowing where they were making enough money so I can go buy a car. As my business was not over 2 years, I took the first car, my 2019 Grand Cherokee. I got that in my personal name. And so once I got this car, I instantly listed it on Turo. Remember, I found Turo on Instagram as an ad, crazy enough. And so once I listed this car, and crazy, that car is so popular with everybody, I don't even have it. I know.
So wait a minute, let's go. How did you decide on the Jeep Grand Cherokee? Because I feel like you knew it would do well, and that's why it's not even here. It stays booked.
Yeah, and that's crazy. The reason why I knew it was gonna do so well is because that's Jeep's luxury Jeep. And I knew it seats 5 people, it has enough space, looks beautiful, catches people's attention, and I knew everybody who was coming to Orlando was gonna love it.
Yeah, okay. So step one, you got a car in your personal name. That's very easy. You put it on Turo.com. Did you put it on any other websites?
So no, I did not list my 2019 Grand Cherokee on any other site but Turo. However, as I started to gain more capital, I came across carhire.com. And this is another way you can list your cars, especially the cheaper end cars, where people get to rent it and take it and do like Uber Eats and things like that, and you still get paid.
Wow, okay, so I see that this business is really big. So step one, you get a car, you put it in your business's name. You put it in your personal name. You weren't able to put it in your business name because it was your first car. Have you been able to put cars in your business's name?
Yeah, I actually have, and as you can see, my 2020 Jeep Wrangler, I was actually able to get this one in my business's name. So the crazier part, I didn't even have to put a dime down. Literally all business credit. And so I was able to just swipe a credit card and come home with this beautiful car. And now, Noelle, if you could slide just a little bit. As you can see, I actually did some very cheap modifications under $300 just to give my car some pop, because Grand Cherokees are customizable. You want it to be yours. You don't want it to just be the off the lot. No, take just a small bit of money, make it look nice, and then everybody's gonna want it. And you can even increase your price over your competitors because yours looks nicer than theirs because it catches everybody's eye.
Okay, so you're customizing your cars, you're making them your own, you're making more money. Talk about how much money you make with Turo on your cars and what you do when your cars are booked. Like, how do you get around then?
That's a great question. And so because all of our cars are so loved, once my cars are all booked, I actually still drive my first car that I bought, my 1999 Toyota Camry. It looks a little old, but it works. It gets me from point A to point B, and you can still keep your lower end cars to drive around as your nicer cars get rented out. And so for cash flow, I actually I almost double all of my car payments and utilities, including insurance and the car washing fees that I pay. I make just enough money where they're cash flowing by themselves, and I can easily get another car if I wanted to.
Wow. Okay. So now that you're making money, you have your cars. How many cars do you have? We have 5 here, but how many cars do you have, KJ, in your rental car business? And how much money do you make with those cars?
And so, as you can see, the 5 cars, I actually have 7 cars in total. There's another car on the way. Can't wait for everybody to see it.
We'll put a picture up, because we know it's coming and he's already put the deposit on it. So I'll send me a picture, and you probably are looking at a picture right now of KJ's latest car, a Tesla Model S.
And so it was just a great addition. I had to go get it because I knew the Model X was doing so well. I had to get the luxury sedan. And again, I didn't have to put much down for this, especially using business credit. So first up is the 2020 Jeep Wrangler Sahara. This rents for about $120 a day during the week and about $127 on the weekends. Great addition, very customizable, can even take the top off. Everybody loves this, especially going to the beach. Next up is the Porsche Panorama. This actually is a fun car to drive, very sporty. This goes for about $155 a day during the week and about $168 on the weekends. Lovely car, beautiful red interior. Whew, love to drive this car. Makes everybody want to say, who's in that car? Oh man, I can't wait to tell you guys about this one. Now this blacked out range goes for about $310 during the week, about $330 on the weekends. Just blacked out, everything you could ask for. Makes you want to drive this, makes you feel like you're an artist coming out of a music video. I mean, who wouldn't want to drive this? This Audi makes you feel like the luxury business person that you are. Makes you want to just drive this. This actually goes for about just under $100 a day during the week and about $105 on the weekends. Luxury, makes you want to feel nice, and rides uber smooth. I mean, Elon might be onto something with these Model X's. They're just super futuristic. This actually goes for about just under $300 a day. Everybody wants this. Kids love it, has games. You want to drive this. And then on the weekends, it goes up about $305. I mean, who wouldn't want to drive this lovely car?